Welcome to another edition of North Dakota Hockey Central, your television home for all things UND Hockey. I'm Alex Heinert, excited for another full show this week that includes conversations with head coach Brad Berry and senior centerman Westin Michaud, plus a preview of a big-time top 20 showdown this coming weekend with Minnesota State. First, though, it's time for the latest episode of UND's web series, Through These Doors. This week, the crew goes behind the scenes with North Dakota's newest assistant coach, former All-American netminder Carl Gehring.
Drops it off, one bomb on the way through. Shot, save, rebound, scores! Mike Commodore, kicking in, save, rebound, scores! North Dakota takes the lead! Chops it out to center zone. Left heart feeds Gorin to it. Here's Gorin! He ends it! Lee Gorin puts the nail in it!
Hey, goalies, Peter, Fiends. Come, hey, I just want to do, I want to take this zone, and I just want to do the drop and cross a couple times, just so you guys can feel it, hey? Okay. So you just be an out, hey, you out up that side, you're going to be an out up that side, okay? So you're going to be left side here, got it?
Carl Gehring arrived on campus as a freshman in 1997. And quickly became a fixture in the UND Hockey family.
I was so fortunate to get the opportunity to come play here as a student athlete, and I guess the biggest thing that sticks out to me is just my fun time with my teammates and the great atmosphere of the games too. Just something so special about the community here and the games, and was just a blast to be here and play, and we were fortunate to have some success as well.
One of the things that we look for is investing in yourself on a daily basis, and his path to become a coach, it's very evident that he took a lot of pride in it. He had to go outside the comfort zone to do that, meaning that he retired from playing, came back and worked being director of the hockey academy, helped us out as far as being a volunteer assistant. Then knew that he wanted to be a full-time coach, and knew they had to probably move away to do that. And he went with Tampa's organization, went to Syracuse, and had to wear a lot of different hats and work extremely hard to do that. So duly noted that he did that, and it's made him a tremendous coach right now, and we're glad to have him back. He was always known as the goalie coach kind of thing, but he's much more than that, and he brings a lot to the table with our group.
Back on campus as a first-year assistant coach, he hopes to make an immediate impact on the coaching side, rather than in the net.
A little bit longer. Let's get a little work in here, okay? Again, for me, it's really trying to help each individual player find their best game and really try to set some high standards for our team. Hopefully I'm able to do that with quite a few players, but again, we've got such a great group here, and really comes down to getting as much as we can out of the group, but then individually helping each player find how they can be their best. And for me, I think that's how you build a good team.
I think immediately, you look at the goalies, and that's a given, right? That's immediate, as far as the extra work and the detail he lays with the goaltenders. But running the defenseman, the power play, different things like that. He helps push the bar here for accountability and the way we do things on a daily basis. I think it's one thing too that he's an alum. He's been under some coaches and successful teams and programs that had a lot of success here. So he has that background in his repertoire to make sure that he translates that to the players. And at the end of the day, like I said, he's a guy that gets the most out of our group on a daily basis.
Right away, stop on it! Good, out to the blue, finish!
Each of the current coaches being UND alums helps drive traditions for this current generation of players.
I think it's very instrumental, and I think it's pivotal in the fact that there's a lot of good players and coaches came before us, and I'm not saying that any other person outside of our program wouldn't be a good fit, but all I know is when you live it, breathe it, sweat it, on a daily basis here as far as what it takes to have success and what you need to do to be team first. And again, we use the word culture very strongly here, and we have a very strong culture, and to have guys like Carl and Dane and myself to go through that as a player and now as a coach, that's a big deal to make sure that leave this program in a better place when we do leave.
It's a blast. Again, we're so fortunate to have such a great atmosphere, such a great arena here, and just to feel the energy as a coach and be involved with the play and impacting the game. It's just a great feeling. So for me to be a part of it, again, just a great honor and a great opportunity.
You gotta love it. Big thanks to Cassie Niles and the entire Through These Doors team. Up next on North Dakota Hockey Central, we go from KG to Bubs as Brad Berry jumps on to recap UND's dominant start to the 2019-2020 regular season. Welcome back to North Dakota Hockey Central. Time now for our weekly conversation with UND head coach Brad Berry, who joins us from inside Ralph Engelstad Arena. Brad, I don't usually associate the start of hockey season with winter storms and school cancellations, but that was the hand we were dealt last week for the regular season opener.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shocker, surprise to us, I guess, this early in the year, but unbelievable how our fans dealt with it. We were expecting probably a low amount of people coming into the Ralph on Friday after having that blizzard, but to see the students, this full student section, and then the people pour in here to have the crowd that we had, it was tremendous, and I want to thank our fans for it. It was a big part of our success this weekend.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, your week one opponent, the Golden Griffins of Canisius, flew from Buffalo to Grand Forks on Thursday. Didn't have any travel issues, thankfully, but still, did you have any concern that these games might actually be canceled this past weekend?
Yeah, a little bit of a concern. Anytime that you're dealing with a team coming in from that distance and the blizzard, and then obviously the logistics of flight and travel, you always worry about it. We had to get diverted last year to Albuquerque when we went to play on the road in the playoffs in Denver there. So you always worry about getting a team getting in here, but they got in safe and sound, and we were able to play. So it's one of those things where we were ready for it.
Yes, I would agree with that, as you earned a pair of dominant wins over this team from Atlantic Hockey that had your number last year. The tone seemed to be set right away on Friday when the guys came out in the all-black jerseys for only the 5th time ever at home. I got to ask, why did you decide to go with the Blacks for the season opener?
Well, I think there's a couple things, right? I think we have new jerseys this year from the Adidas. The brand of Adidas has, we have 3 different sets. We have the white, the black, and the green. And traditionally when we go on the road, we wear the black and the green, and at home we wear the whites. This was an opportunity to let our fans see the new jerseys, our road jerseys, and particularly the black ones, which are very sharp. And I guess the second thing goes to the mentality of it. We call them the business suits for a reason. When we don't bring them out often, but when we do bring them out, it means business, and we got to get down to work. So, the guys came in, a couple hours before the game, and they saw it, and it kind of perked them up a little bit. So, there's a little bit of motivation in that too.
Well, you kept the perfect home business suit record intact with a 5-0 win on Friday, and you followed it up in the white jerseys with an 8-1 victory on Saturday. In a lot of ways, this weekend was similar to your 2 games against Canisius in Western New York last year in that you dominated every statistical category. Only this year, you were rewarded with 13 goals to the good. What do you think allowed your team to be more clinical this time around?
I think just a more refined focus on finishing plays, and that's all part of entering the zone together as a unit, and making sure when we got in the offensive zone we were getting pucks to the net, on net, not missing nets but on net, and then also if there was a rebound to stay on the puck in the hard areas and playing inside the dots. So I think there was more of a refined focus. We got down on Saturday night, we gave up the first goal, and obviously we did a lot of good things, but on their first shot they scored. We didn't give up as far as what we do as a team, and I thought our guys had some resolve in our group here, even though that we were down 1-0 on Saturday.
Brad, 19 of the 21 skaters you dressed this weekend recorded a point, so we could highlight any number of different individuals. But Jacob Bernard-Docker's play and his 4-point night on Saturday really stands out. Now that he's a sophomore, where have you seen his game improve from last season?
Yeah, I think just the overall physical and mental maturity of his game. Starting off with the physical maturity, this is a young man that came in as a true freshman last year, and he's put on a lot of strength through weight training and conditioning, and made his body into a stronger body. And then you look at the mental makeup of the maturity on that side. He's more patient and poised with the puck, confident on all his touches, and he's got a harder shot this year too. So again, it's one of those things where he grew in both areas.
Defensively, you went 8 for 8 on the penalty kill. You only conceded once, and you didn't allow more than 5 shots on goal in any one period. How pleased were you with that side of the game?
Well, yeah, it's always been a staple of ours here at North Dakota's. We love to play fast and with the puck and score goals, but our play away from the puck has to be tenacious on trying to get it back to play in the offensive zone. And when you look at that low amount of shot totals for the other team, it doesn't go into our defense or our forwards or our goaltending. It's a team thing, how we play, and again, we have to make sure that we keep getting better at that to allow us to play in the offensive zone.
Knowing how things played out last year against Canisius, how pleased and how proud are you of how your team performed this time around to set things right?
Yeah, very pleased and proud, as you said. But again, it's just 2 games, and there can't be any complacency. You have to earn it every single weekend. You have to put the games behind you, whether you won or lost them, and you have to move forward here and keep building as a group. We always talk about taking a step forward. Well, now we have an opportunity to now go down to Mankato, and we want to take a step forward here, and that's our mindset.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. Let's talk about Mankato now for a moment. They're the current #2 team in the country. Could you ask for a better early season litmus test for your group than what's coming up this weekend?
Yeah, I think this will be a kind of a barometer of where we're at as a team right now. We're going to the #2 team in the country, and a lot has to do with their experience of guys coming back and what they didn't really lose a lot of guys from last year, and they're a successful team in the things they do. So yeah, we want to go down there and see where we're at, and we feel very confident that the things that we're doing have been the right things, and we want to keep building on that.
You split with this Minnesota State team in Grand Forks last year, and as you said, they bring back almost everybody from that squad. What should we expect from the Mavericks this time around?
Yeah, I think just a fast-paced team that plays a hard, heavy, physical game, very reminiscent of what we are. When you look at our team, that's kind of how our foundation of our team and our culture is a fast skating team that gets in and around the puck and is tough to play against, and it should be a good matchup this weekend.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, great opportunity at the Civic Center for you and the team this weekend. Enjoy the first road trip of the year, Brad. We'll see you in Mankato.
Thanks a lot.
We will have more on UND's series with the Mavericks a little later in the show, but when we come back, we'll introduce you to an NCHC veteran who's hit his stride quickly since transferring to North Dakota this spring. Stay tuned. Since opening day of the 2018-19 season, Brad Berry has introduced 7 new players to his North Dakota roster. One, redshirt freshman goaltender Harrison Feeney, arrived last January, while 5 others are true freshmen who joined the team this summer. Finally, there's forward Westin Michaud, who came aboard in April as a graduate transfer from Colorado College. Throughout this hockey season, we'll be spotlighting each of these new additions to the program, and this week, it's the oldest of the bunch that takes center stage. Here now, a reintroduction to Westin Michaud in his own words.
My name is Westin Michaud. I'm from Cloquet, Minnesota, and I play for North Dakota. Sappy, that's what it's known for, 10,000 people. It's a paper mill, small little blue collar working town. That's pretty much it, is the mill there. We've had a lot of great players in the past, like the Olympian Jamie Langenbrunner, and then now in the future here, one of my best friends, Carson Coleman, plays for the Boston Bruins. Corey Millen's there. They call it Bulldog territory, but we don't like the Bulldogs. My father actually got us into hockey. He played Division I at Lake Superior State, so that's what got us into hockey. I was best at baseball, honestly. Over the years, hockey, Dad said that's what I'm gonna really support you at if you want to continue to do what you want to do there, and I said yeah, so I bought in. After my sophomore year of high school, I said see you later to soccer, see you later to baseball, and started working out and playing that hockey lifestyle. Parents used to just drop us off at the rink, and we'd play a rink rat growing all the way up from age 3 to, I would say, still now to this day. We go back home for Christmas and we get the gang out there. Former teammates in high school, like college players. So we kind of get the gang together and play a little shinny. We're all really close. The only two playing right now is myself here at North Dakota, and then my stepbrother, who is a goaltender. He plays Division III at Curry College. Us growing up together really push us to, want to be the best, want to win at every single thing you do. So I think that's the beauty of having siblings, especially, 4 brothers. And I have one more, a stepsister. I'd say the youngest right now is 18. My stepsister's 21. And then you got 23, 23, and 25 right now. So my birthday's coming up here. Yeah, 24 is it's pretty old. I mean, if you look at it now, you got to get better every single day, and I strive for that, and I want to be the best I can be every single day. And if you have a bad day, guess what? You throw it out the door, and you make sure the next day is even better. I'm a cribbage guy. I love cribbage, playing grandma and grandpa is the key piece. My arch rival is my grandma, so I've been fortunate enough to be able to come out on top majority of the games. She calls me really lucky. I really love kids, so I'm gonna teach for a few years after hockey's over. Probably 4th, 5th graders, that's what I prefer. I love little kids, and they ask, multiple questions, and I think that's the perfect age where, that's where their learning curve really strives. I think over the years in school, at Colorado College, my 4-year degree there, and now with the master's program here in higher education, I think I've gone down the right path. So my best friend, his father is a middle school principal, so that's what kind of drove me to be the type of person I want to be when it comes to educational environments. He really helped me out over the years, say what's great, what's not great, but at the end of the day is, if you're passionate about what you're doing, that's all that matters. My name's Westin Michaud. I'm from Cloquet, Minnesota, and I play for North Dakota.
It's not easy to go from NCHC rival to Ralph favorite, but Michaud is off to a good start in that category. The senior centerman had a goal and an assist in UND sweep of Canisius last weekend. He'll be looking for more of the same this Friday and Saturday in Mankato. Speaking of which, we will set the scene for UND's date with the reigning WCHA champs when North Dakota Hockey Central returns. With one full weekend of college hockey now in the books, you'd expect a little movement in the latest USCHO.com poll, and that's exactly what we've got, especially at the top. Former #1 Minnesota Duluth split with previously unranked UMass Lowell, so the Bulldogs are down 2 spots and have been replaced by Denver, who improved to 4-0-0 on the year after back-to-back road sweeps over Alaska Fairbanks and Lake Superior State. UND, meanwhile, has moved up 2 spots and sits at number 16 ahead of their showdown with second-ranked Minnesota State. No shortage of top 20 opponents for the NCHC this week, including DU hosting number 6 Boston College, Duluth going to the Kohl Center to play the 17th-ranked Badgers, who are loaded with young talent this year, and Omaha traveling to Columbus to play 12th-ranked Ohio State. For North Dakota, they've got no small task on their plate this weekend. As we discussed, Minnesota State is the nation's #2 team. They return everybody from the side that captured both the WCHA regular season and conference tournament title while posting a 21-1 home record last year. Still, you could not ask for a better opportunity, and that's how this UND team is approaching this weekend.
They're a big, strong team, and they took it to us last year in the Ralph on Friday night, and I think going in there, we're going to be ready to play a hard, heavy game and try to use our speed to our advantage.
When Monday comes, we're focused on Mankato and what happened in the past. We have to look forward and make sure that we're ready for this team coming up, because like you said, they might be 1 or 2 in the country, and they're a good hockey team, so we have to be ready for them.
It's definitely a good opportunity for our group to see where we're at, and obviously to move up in the pairwise. That's big, beating a team that's ranked #2, as you said. So we're excited, and I think we're not going to get complacent with these 2 wins, and get back at it next weekend.
So I think going into Mankato, we have to put our foot down right away. Just take it to them. We can't sit back, and we definitely look forward to this weekend.
Well, we're excited for this one. Friday, we'll see North Dakota return to the building formerly known as the Verizon Center for the first time since 2013. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. for Game 1 and at 6 p.m. for Game 2 on Saturday. Unfortunately, no MidcoSN broadcast or NCHC.TV feed for the series, but each game can be streamed with a paid subscription at flowhockey.com. That now is our time for this edition of North Dakota Hockey Central. On behalf of all of our MidcoSN crew, I'm Alex Heinert. Enjoy the hockey from Mankato this weekend. We'll see you back at the Ralph next week.